Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today I bring you the Klarus G20. I suggest don't even watch this video, or well, maybe click like first and just go out and buy it right now because it's that good. You don't even need to watch this review, you should just go buy it straight out. Alright guys, so in front of me we have the Klarus G20. Basically it's a pocket monster without getting into the copyright claims. It's an EDC monster. It's any kind of monster that you want it to be, but it is truly a monster flashlight. Maximum output of 3000 lumens gives it more brightness than what any normal EDC will have, unless you like EDCing like a massive light. One single cell 26650, which comes with a light. That's what powers the massive 3000 lumen output. So basically, a great all-round EDC. It's still small enough and light enough for you to be able to carry, which is great. That's always a plus. It wouldn't even be that much bigger than carrying something like a C8. The only reason why it's a little bit heavier than a C8 is because you get the extra battery capacity using the 26650. So those batteries are about 100 grams compared to maybe the 60-70 grams of a 18650, and that's what adds on the little bit of extra weight. As usual, I'll show you around the light and I'll show you what the light came with first. Then we'll take it outside and shine it around. Alright guys, so the Klarus G20 comes with absolutely everything you need to run the light and to use it long term. Once you buy this light, you don't need to buy anything else at all. It comes obviously with the lanyard, the sheath, the Klarus 26650. Whoa, that took a while. It comes inside this box. Klarus G20, 3000 lumens. And in the box, you just get the USB cable, the instruction manual there. And I left this in here because this goes around the USB cable, so when I want to wrap it up. And also, when you first get it, it also comes with a spare O-ring. When you first get it, it comes with a tab on the battery. So you've got to undo that tab to be able to use the light, and a booklet so you can help Klarus design their next lights. Alright guys, we'll just start off by running through the specs and then I'll show you around the light. So basically the Klarus G20 comes with the next gen XHP-70 N4 LED with up to 3000 lumens. So 3000 lumens is a lot more than what you'll get from most lights. It's about what I would call 3 to 3.5 times average output for most upper end lights, unless you're looking at the same emitter. But from a single emitter die, so instead of having 4 dies like it does on here, if it's only got one Cree XML2, you'll be looking at to get maybe 1000 to max 1200 lumens from a normal manufacturer. It's got a side and tail switch, which can be used to access one touch turbo, and the tail switch can access one touch low mode. So both of these, it's got the front switch here, the side switch, and then it's got the tail switch here. So both of these can be used to access turbo just by pushing and holding. That's turbo mode there. And the low mode, when you push it once, it turns on to, the back button, when you push it once, it turns on to low mode. So you can see that that's on there. And push and hold to turn off again. So both of these are used to access instant turbo. If you use the front switch, that's the switch that has memory mode. So say it's on now, so it's on medium mode, and I'll push and turn off. No, sorry, and I'll turn it back on like that. So that's now medium mode, and I'll push and hold to turn off. But if I use the back switch, it's going to turn on low mode, and it just turned on low mode. So it's good what they've done here. I really like this system actually. It's probably one of the best UIs that I've ever seen on a flashlight. It's also got a lockout. So basically you push and hold both switches and you'll see this LED blink for 5 seconds. Alright, so that means it's locked. And now we'll go to turn it on and you'll see that this will indicate that it's locked. See how the red light's flashing there? So what you've got to do is you've got to quickly push this button 3 times. You can push either the side switch or the back switch, it doesn't matter. 3 times. And then it'll flash like that, and now it's able to access back on. to me, this lockout system is pretty much the best lockout that you can get on a flashlight right now. A lot of them you got to push and hold, say for maybe 3 or 5 seconds to unlock it. But if it's in your bag, there's a good chance that it's going to get pushed and held and still turn on. So by having to push it 3 times quickly, it's pretty much guaranteed that this light isn't going to turn on unless it needed to turn on, which is a great feature for an EDC flashlight. So it's got an integrated USB charging port. Whoa, that's my bad. So here's the USB charging port here. And what is really unique about this charging port is that it's able to charge the 26650 that comes with the G20 at 2 amp hours. So basically you're charging 2000 milliamp per hour. So this battery, the 5000 milliamp included battery, should be able to charge in about 2.5 hours. That's why they also give you a super thick USB cable. This USB cable is super thick and chunky because it's got to be able to handle 2 amps. So if you use a dweeby little cable, you might not get the full charging capabilities of up to 2 amps. It's got an intelligent battery capacity level indicator, and also when you're charging it, this light will be red while charging, and when it's fully charged it'll turn green, the little light here inside the switch. It's got ITS, which is pretty much Klarus's temperature control system. It's a thermal step down, so it's not timed. So once the light reaches a certain temperature, it'll step down by itself. I'm not sure what that temperature is, they don't tell you. But it allows it to get hot enough. And then there's also the chance that it can step back up too. So once it gets cool enough, it can step back up, which is what's a little bit better about a thermal management system than having to click it yourself. So the usual aerospace aluminium alloy body with hard anodizing type 3. So it is pretty good anodizing. You can see there's no marks, scratches or nicks on mine at all. It's also of course got the stainless steel bezel. It's got a AR coated glass and also a orange peel textured reflector. As you can see there, it's pretty orangish. That also helps give it a more of a neutral tint, I think. I'm not sure what the binning is on this LED, but the tint is fairly neutral, which you'll see later. Maybe that's also helped by the AR coated glass and the orange peel reflector. Reverse polarity protection for the battery. So if you accidentally put it in upside down, which sometimes I do, you want to blow it. Alright, so now I'll run you through the output mode. So obviously you got the lowest mode, which you can click by accessing that. 15 lumens they say for 150 hours. And next up, just a simple click. Then you got medium mode, 160 lumens for 19 hours. Next up is high mode, 650 lumens for 4 hours and 30 minutes. I personally think it's a little bit higher than 650 lumens, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check that. Turbo mode, 3000 lumens for 45 minutes. So all of these are ANSI lumen with the included 26650 Klarus battery. So the runtime is also ANSI lumen. This beam is very floody. It doesn't throw that far. It's got a peak beam intensity of 5625 and a peak beam distance of 150 meters. It's impact resistant to 1 meter and IPX8 underwater to 2 meters. It does have the O-ring around here, and it does also have the seal on the USB, so it should be good for if you've got to get it wet. Basically, I'll show you the UI. So push and hold for instant turbo, the front switch. Push and hold for instant turbo, the back switch. Single click to go into the lowest mode at the back. Push and hold to turn back off, or use the front switch for the memory mode. So that's on that high mode now. Push and hold to turn off, and then just click it once to turn it back on, and it'll be on memory mode or high mode again. Pretty simple UI, which is awesome. Also, it's got a strobe mode, which is 3000 lumens for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you'll double click, and then double click again for SOS mode. That's only 160 lumens, but it lasts 51 hours, which kind of makes sense because if you're trying to signal someone, you don't want to go like all crazy and then you run out of juice. that's pretty much all that there is to tell you about. So I'll just quickly show you around the light, and then we'll take it outside. Alright, so now I'll run you through the output mode. So obviously you got the lowest mode, which you can click by accessing that. 15 lumens they say for 150 hours. And next up, it's a simple click. Then you got medium mode, 160 lumens for 19 hours. Next up is high mode, 650 lumens for 4 hours and 30 minutes. I personally think it's a little bit higher than 650 lumens, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check that. Turbo mode, 3000 lumens for 45 minutes. So all of these are ANSI lumen with the included 26650 Klarus battery. So the runtime is also ANSI lumen. This beam is very floody. It doesn't throw that far. It's got a peak beam intensity of 5625 and a peak beam distance of 150 meters. It's impact resistant to 1 meter and IPX8 underwater to 2 meters. It does have the O-ring around here, and it does also have the seal on the USB, so it should be good for if you've got to get it wet. Basically, I'll show you the UI. So push and hold for instant turbo, the front switch. Push and hold for instant turbo, the back switch. Single click to go into the lowest mode at the back. Push and hold to turn back off, or use the front switch for the memory mode. So that's on that high mode now. Push and hold to turn off, and then just click it once to turn it back on, and it'll be on memory mode, high mode again. Pretty simple UI, which is awesome. Also, it's got a strobe mode, which is 3000 lumens for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you'll double click, and then double click again for SOS mode. That's only 160 lumens, but it lasts 51 hours, which kind of makes sense, because if you're trying to signal someone, you don't want to go like all crazy and then you run out of juice. That's pretty much all that there is to tell you about. So I'll just quickly show you around the light, and then we'll take it outside. Alright, so you got the stainless steel bezel here, the AR coated glass. You can see the XHP there. Massive LED. You can see the orange pill texture reflector there. Charging ports here, it's fully covered. It's covered nicely. This switch kind of has like brushed metal or plastic or something. I don't think it's SS. It doesn't look like it's SS. It could just be brushed alloy. The back switch here, it's kind of covered so you don't accidentally click it. It's got the lanyard attached mine to these back holes here. And then if we undo it, you'll see the driver has a spring on it. It looks like it's all gold plated. There's a battery there. All the threading is absolutely perfect. I did have to put my own grease on it. O-ring there. The knurling on the light is really good too, as you can see. Hopefully it's focusing. It does a really good job of gripping. Now if we take the battery out, at the back has a spring too. So basically the battery doesn't rattle around. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to show you guys. Alright guys, I've been sweating making this video because it's like 28 degrees or something. Yeah, so basically that's the whole light done. I've shown you everything, I've shown you how it's used. Now usually I would just show you the light being used in my backyard, but it's 3000 lumens, come on. So we're gonna go somewhere special and I'll show you how bright 3000 lumens is. You hear someone talking? Yeah, so we'll take it somewhere else and we'll suss it out, and we'll give this a little whirl. I'm throwing it around now. Hopefully I don't drop it. Touch wood. Alright guys, we have the Klarus G20 out at a special location. Now just so I can show you how bright it is. First I'll show you the turbo mode. That's turbo mode, 3000 lumens. I figured I'll take you somewhere else besides my backyard so you can see how good it works on turbo. It really is a little pocket monster. It just stepped down because it just got hot. This is only pushing and holding turbo. It's not actually on turbo mode itself yet. We'll cycle through the modes now. Okay, so we got low mode on. still bright enough. You can still make your way around if you've got to walk around here. And we've got medium mode. You can see that's a pretty big jump. You can already see the World War II structure there. Got mode 3, high mode. Really, really bright. And then we'll put it on turbo mode, 3000 lumens. Super, super bright. Alright guys, I'll use this time just to tell you this light was given to me for review by Gearbest. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to purchase it. I should have a discount coupon there too for you guys. And also the light is 12.4 centimeters in length. The bezel is 3.6 centimeters and the body is 3.4 centimeters in diameter. And it only weighs 131 grams without the battery. See if I can change positions and change sides. Okay, now we can kind of look over everything. You can see how bright it is. It's actually not stepping down too bad. Lasting longer than what I thought on the high mode. It's cool. Cycle through the modes one more time. It's turbo. Still on turbo mode. Alright, then we've got low. That's 15 lumens. You guys can't really see that. I might have to edit it. Then we've got medium mode. 160 lumens. You can see that now. High mode. Apparently it's 650 lumens. I think it's a little bit more. To be honest, it looks like a little bit more. And then turbo mode, 3000 lumens. Makes it look like daytime. It's cool. Alright, I might crank up the modes, leave the camera here, and go for a little shining session, I should say. There you go, 3000 lumens. Let's go. Alright guys, last test, just shining it around so you can see how bright it is. I'll put on my custom made Eagle Eye X6 and you'll be able to compare the two. This should be almost twice as bright. Should be turbo, it's turbo mode there. So you can see the X6 gets outshined easily. Obviously the X6 has more throw, that's the style of beam that it is, but X6 gets outshined fairly easy. That's the G20, that's the Eagle Eye X6. The Eagle Eye still does good. Running an XP G3, so it's running maybe 1900 lumens. Alright guys, this has been Chris from Everyday Survival Gear, bringing you the Klarus G20 review. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.